Greetings, Skill Incarnate bringing you all the latest indie gaming goodness. Welcome back as we look at another indie game. This time we're playing Rail Route. This is a train dispatch simulator that was created by small developer Bitrich. Now I tried this on my Twitch channel, and the demo was so popular that the developers come back to me with the full version. Now I like train simulators, and today we're going to be playing the Endless mode. In this mode we're going to build up our station from scratch, eventually developing a massive station with many trains. I really like this game, and I'm going to show you why. Let's have a look at Rail Route. We begin the game in sunny Germany, in Berlin to be exact. Our little station is going to grow, but for now we have only 3 stops: Ruhleben, Charlottenburg and Gesundbrunnen, and you'll have to apologise for my terrible German pronunciation. Our job is to make a thriving train station, to increase our operation, and as you can see, we have plenty of room for growth. We've got a lot of potential growth here, a lot of additional platforms we can build. And before we do anything, you can see here we've got our timetable with all of the incoming trains. We've already got a train waiting, and we've also have to start worrying about how we're going to get these trains through, how we're going to get them there on time, and how to avoid choke points. As you can see, we've got one massive choke point here. So I'm going to do something about that. I'm going to spend a little bit of money. And we're going to buy a Charlottenburg stop. So this is an extra track at the stop. Not cheap, but purchasing that will allow me to do this, which will be to run an additional section of track all the way on through. Now, as you can see here, we've got a track that is in use. So what I can do is turn that off, and I can finish building. And now we have a two-way track going between Ruhleben and Charlottenburg. Now that emptied a lot of my money, so for now we're going to have to complete some work to build up our cash flow. For now we want to study our first train. It's going from Ruhleben to Charlottenburg and then back to Ruhleben. It's going via track 3, so what we can do is unlock this bad boy here. Any track that is marked in green, it's telling the train that it is safe to move on that track. So you want to try and check your route. Make sure your switches are the correct way. And finally, signal the train to let it know. Ruhleben 3 to Charlottenburg 3. So this train has to stop at the station, and it's always good when the track is not being used to plan out your next expansion, to build when the track isn't in use, because the track's always going to be, there's always going to be sections of it being used, but based on the contracts you're running, the time of the day, and of course your traffic as well, you're going to have sections of track that you can freely work on. So hopefully by doing this, I have created a little bit of redundancy. We can now accept additional trains. I want to eventually purchase a second stop for Gesundbrunnen, and then run a track down to here. So I've got the COM 9342 train, and the next one is coming from Ruhleben 3 to Gesundbrunnen 3. So what that means is we're going to have to set this track up to run up to here. But as you can see, we've got one piece of track. So we're going to have to do something about that. But I'm a little broke right now, so for now let's just run an additional track here. And I'll connect it. Obviously this track is in use, so I can't do anything yet. Ruler Bend 3 to Gesundbrunnen 3. Now the game has a upgrade system. As you can see, we've got points here. In addition to earning money for each successful contract, for each train that we get to where it needs to go on time, we earn an upgrade point. And in our case, we want to get to 5 upgrade points so we can unlock contracts. Contracts are very, very lucrative jobs that we can do, where we get corporate trains, trains with very expensive and lucrative goods. We can get top dollar for getting them to where they need to go on time. The civilian contracts don't earn a hell of a lot of money. It's that big corporate bank that we want, because we have to earn some money up in here. The more money we've got, the more upgrade points we've got, the more efficient our train station becomes and the faster I can grow it. So our first train makes its way to Charlottenburg. We reverse the direction of the train. It has 1 minute to go and it needs to go back to Ruhleben 2. So we change the track and we say, back you go. We reverse the train direction and this train's going to head on back, and we've got another train headed this way. Once the COM 9342 train passes this stage, the next train can head on up here and we can actually create an additional set of track here. It's all about redundancy in this game. So 40 seconds, we're going to abuse the... You can pause the game, you can slow down time, and you can speed it up. Now you can see we've got another train here, and that's coming from Gesundbrunnen 3 to Ruhleben 2. This is going to have to wait because this train is currently on the way, and we obviously don't want this train to collide. So with the route marked in white, this train is going to wait until this train comes through. Now we have to take into account the time it takes to unload passengers. We want to try and give this train a little bit of time. I want to try and give it some time to get where it needs to go. Let's see how long it's going to take. So it's only going to be there for a minute or so, but we'll let it get past here. While we wait, we're going to flip the switch, get everything ready to rock. I can't do anything in this train until this train gets past here, giving enough time. There we go. I think that is enough time. So Gesundbrunnen 3 to Ruhleben 2. This is going to hit at the station. We've got another train coming on in. We're busy today. Ruhleben 3 to Gesundbrunnen 3. We don't really... Now what we can do is we can... Because I was going to do this anyway. By adding some additional track. Once this train gets past here, we can then get the next train going. So this is going from Ruhleben 3 to Gesundbrunnen 3. So while this train is going, we're just setting things up at the moment. Boom, boom, boom. It's going to go through here. And once this train passes here, the next train can head on through. I think that's actually going to be enough time. Yeah, that's enough time. So we're cheating a little bit. We've obviously got these trains there. This train's going to have... We're going to have a little bit of a penalty because the occupied segment penalty means, hey, this route already has a train on it, but this train is going to be headed this way. And you can see here I made a little bit of a mistake. I hope I haven't wrecked myself. I might be able to switch it at the last second. I hope. We're going to end up with a terrible... Oh, there we go. That's lucky. That's going to get me a penalty. Very, very, very poor form. So what I did was I forgot about this section of track, and if I hadn't have changed it, this train would have derailed. But thankfully I was fast enough to catch it. Just hope this is a couple of seconds. I think, oh man, look at that. That is some timing down to a few seconds. Beautiful. And we got our upgrade point. You know what? I think I'm going to get a couple of upgrade points here. I think we're on track. So if I can get both of these trains where they need to go on time, we'll have enough upgrade points for the commercial contracts, and then I can start making back some of the money, the horrendous amounts of money I just spent on all of this track, all of this infrastructure. Going well. So 9:13, as you can see, we're a couple of seconds ahead. This train's due to come in at 9:15. It's going to be close. This one might be a few seconds late. So apart from a couple of mistakes, I managed to save myself. And oh, there we go, another upgrade point. Perfect. Now, unfortunately, I did get penalties because it was obviously a bit of a cowboy operation. I'm switching stuff at the last second. We could have had a train derail. Obviously, if it was real life, I'd probably be getting pulled aside and getting a stern talking to. But thankfully, these are virtual trains. And thankfully, we've earned ourselves a bit of cash. Not a lot, but hopefully with the upgrade points I get, I'll be able to earn some serious money from commercial contracts. Now I've still got the problem here with a choke point at Gesundbrunnen. We're just going to have to be aware of that. This whole area here, we need an additional track. That's just going to make things a lot easier for me. Oh, there we go. So we made a fair bit of money there, and we can now purchase our very first freight contract. Beautiful. So this means now, if we go to our contracts, we're going to look for red contracts. And you can see here we've got an inner city contract, a commuter contract, anything that's a low money. I mean, this one here, 3 stops, 1,000 credits. That's very, very, it's very time and resource intensive, and we're earning next to nothing. So let's decline that. And we can only ever have 3 active contract offers, so let's wait and see what freight contracts we get our hands on. Upcoming, we now have Ruhleben 3 to Charlottenburg 3. Okay, so what we can do now, beautiful. And Ruhleben 3 to Gesundbrunnen 3. Okay, that's going to make things easy. Once we get the first train past, I flip the switch and the second train can go this way. Very nice. So just waiting for our next train to come on through. And you can see here we have a contract offer. Commuter, and this one is very nice. Ruhleben to Gesundbrunnen, and it's $4,000. So it's not a freight contract though. Let's hold out a little longer. We can afford to. We can only have so many jobs on the line, so we need to make sure we're prioritizing the best value for money and the best use of our tracks. So one train coming in. It's very important not to abuse the fast forward, because you can quickly get lost as to where you are and where all the trains are supposed to be going. But sometimes you will have these dead periods of time. It's often best to minimize using the fast forward and to use that time to plan your route. But of course you can pause at any time. Ruhleben 3 to Charlottenburg 3. Yep, we got everything set up. That's good to go. So this is just going to chill for a bit, unload the passengers. We've got two more here. We've got FR, which is Ruhleben to Gesundbrunnen. We've got that, and 8712. Oh, that's just coming back. So looking good. So about a minute to go, we'll let that roll on through. Now I would really like to spend some more money to buy additional tracks, but we spent a lot of money. It's always good to keep some on hand in case you end up with a glut and a lot of trains coming through. You may need to drop some track. One of the useful things in the game is that when you purchase track, if you demolish it, you get all your money back. So there is a lot of incentive to place temporary lines down, get your trains where they need to go, and then rip them up again. But I like to plan my design out. I try not to do that because it's a bit of a waste of time. And also, you can't build on any track that's currently in use, so I try and pick based on the time of day and where the trains are coming from to work on a particular section of the track. Luckily, construction is immediate, so you don't have to worry about shutting down tracks for periods of time. You just need to make sure that no trains are on that section of track when you're building. So this is going to head back to Ruhleben 2. So all I have to do is flip the switch here. This is going to head back to Ruhleben 2, and we've got that all ready to go. Let's check our contracts. So nothing yet. What we can do is ask for additional contract offers, faster contracts, but for now, let's just see how we go. We don't have any upgrade points, so I can't do any more upgrades anyway. We'll reverse the train. It's going to head back the way it came. Oh, let's correct the track. Beautiful. Ruler Bend 3 to Gesundbrunnen 3, and as you can see here, we have another section of track. So I can actually have this come on through, only wait a minute or so, and then flip the track here and the train can go this way. Beautiful. So purchasing the additional track was an excellent use of money. It's going to head back on its way. Get me some cash. Beautiful. Okay, so next train, Ruler Bend 3 to Gesundbrunnen 3. Look at the timing, absolutely perfect. Go. And I could go this way, but I'm going this way because it's a shorter distance. We want to always take the shortest distance to where we can go, and that gives us the best chance of the train getting there on time. Ruler Bend 3, Gesundbrunnen 3. Beautiful. Look at that. Train's not even going to have to wait. It's going to go straight on through. Now this train, it appears it doesn't stop. I believe it goes straight on through. Beautiful. So we're going to get an upgrade point for that, I believe. Very happy with that. So next train, Ruler Bend 3 to Charlottenburg 3. We can change that. Boom, there you go. Okay, we've got another contract. No freight. 1,000, 2,000. Now, unfortunately, we haven't got any freight, but I'm going to take this civilian contract because it's very, very lucrative. Okay. So we can see here that we've got Ruler Bend, and this is going to go to Gesundbrunnen. And, oh, look at that. Beautiful. So let's accept it on number 3. And now, obviously, this train's going to need a little bit of time, so we're just going to give it a minute or so before I accept the train on through. Give this train a little bit of time. Oh, this one's going straight on through. Let's give it a few seconds, just to be safe. Oh no, she'll be right. I think we've got enough distance between the trains. Now, this game is... Oh, and I unfortunately I got a little bit of a penalty here because you're not supposed to have 2 trains on the same track at the same time. Now, I'm willing to take the hit in money because it may give me it will give me a nice bonus to my upgrade points. And sometimes if you're willing to take a financial hit, if you want to try and get your upgrade points up faster, which is what I want to do at the moment. Just heading on through. Okay, next one is Ruhleben to Gesundbrunnen. Oh man, another train on the same track. So we're going to have to probably have this train wait a bit. Now you can see here we're making our money back. We were down to about, I think it was about 11,000 credits. So we've made about 6,000 credits. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Very, very, very lucrative. Looking good. So let's get this train on through. And this will hopefully make enough money for me to purchase, finally, the last track I need to have 2 tracks running in all directions. Excellent! So we have completed our first contract, and as you can see, we did have a bit of a delay and we did get the wrong platform, but you know it was still a nice bit of money, 2,800 credits. You know, nothing to, and we got the upgrade point, and that's the most important. So now we've got a little bit of money. Let's spend it. We've got our second track, and we're going to build the track here, like so. And there we go. Now what I want to do is see if I can maybe do this. Oh, look at that. Perfect. So now what we've done is we've eliminated, I mean, I could delete these tracks, but they're just alternate ways we can flip this onto either track. I'm going to leave these switches intact. We can use them as we need them. Now what we have is 2 tracks in every direction, and we now have the beginnings of a major train station. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and it gave you a little bit of idea on whether you want to play this game. It's a fantastic train simulator. It has a minimalistic style. Graphically, there's not much here, but there's a hell of a lot of detail. In fact, it took me about 4 or 5 hours of practice just to get to the point where I was competent at playing the game. So I think take from that what you will, but I think that is probably reason enough. If you're a fan of train simulators, to at least give this one a try. Highly recommended from me, thanks to the developer, and hopefully you'll join me next time when we look at another indie game. Until then, Skill Incarnate, out.